Tales of Veldrith. Book 3, The Quest of the Seeress. Episode 32, The Burden of Knowledge. The wind howled across the cliffs as Eira descended from the Seeress's cave, the eye of Eldrin wrapped tightly in a leather satchel against her chest. The crystal's faint pulse still throbbed through the fabric, echoing the rhythm of her own heart. Ursa's words haunted her with every step. The threshold of worlds, where the living meet the void. She didn't sleep that night. Instead, she camped beneath a canopy of ancient pines, the stars winking through gaps in the boughs above. The fire crackled beside her, throwing warmth that never quite reached the icy place inside her where fear had settled. She turned the eye over in her hands, watching the way its facets caught the firelight and cast flickers of color across the snow. It felt heavier than it should, not in weight, but in purpose. A bridge to a truth she wasn't certain she was ready to face. Vestinus lived, or something like him did. The next day, Eira made her way south, retracing her steps toward Jorvik. The forest felt different now, still wild, still cold, but filled with a pressure she couldn't name. It was as though the eye of Eldrin had stirred something ancient beneath the soil, something that watched her from behind trees and within shadows. By the time the wooden palisades of Jorvik rose from the horizon, Eira was exhausted in body and soul. She passed through the gates to find a city both familiar and foreign. People bustled through the streets, hauling winter stores and calling to one another in the early thaw. Children chased each other past the smithy, and the scent of roasting meat wafted through the air. Life moved on. It always did. Yet none of it touched her. Sigrid Ironwake found her before she even reached the longhouse. The sea captain leaned against a post near the docks, sharpening a blade with slow, deliberate strokes.
"You look like hell spat you out,"
Sigrid said without looking up. Eira allowed herself a tired smirk.
"You should see the other guy."
"The voyage didn't kill you then, that's promising."
Eira unclipped the satchel and handed it over. Sigrid opened it, brow lifting slightly at the sight of the eye.
"And here I thought you were chasing a myth.
I still might be."
Sigrid handed the satchel back.
Want my help chasing it further?"
Eira hesitated. The warmth in Sigrid's offer was genuine, but so was the risk. Ursa's prophecy still echoed in her ears, every word heavy with dread. Not a rescue, a reckoning.
"Maybe,"
she said finally.
"I don't know what comes next. Not really."
"Then it sounds like you'll need a good ship and someone stubborn enough to keep you alive."
Eira clasped Sigrid's arm in a firm grip.
"When I know where we're going, I'll find you."
She spent the evening atop the city walls, staring across the darkened waters of Lake Vettersjord. The moonlight shimmered on the surface, and below her boots she felt the faint tremor of the ley lines. The eye of Eldrin sat in her lap, silent for the first time since she retrieved it. But the prophecy wouldn't leave her. The threshold of worlds. She had heard that phrase before, once in a song the Skraelings sang to their dead. A place where the veil between life and death thinned. A myth, a warning, a gate. Eira closed her eyes, her hand resting on the eye.
"I'm coming. Vest in us,"
she whispered.
"Whatever you've become, I'll find you."
Behind her, the wind shifted. The first storm of spring stirred the trees, but the path ahead had never felt more uncertain. Still, she would follow it, into the void if she must.
Thank you for listening to The Tales of Veldrith. Books 1 and 2 are now available in paperback and on Kindle. Visit mattytaylor.com for more details.